Mhm. So you are getting used to this online mode of education now, and I guess it would be continuing now for the whole semester right now. Probably next semester they might change it, but till then we have this online mode. So one good thing about online mode is that you have ample time, because much of your time you lose while you travel, right? And that time you get, which you can use for whatever thing you are interested in. So I guess in that way, it can be taken as a good thing. Only thing that I feel a little bit strenuous for you might be that you have to always kind of read through the computer and mobile phone you have. So it might be straining your eyes a lot. That definitely is a problem. Even I, when I'm taking the class, when I am taking very exhaustively the class, after taking the class, I feel very much having headaches, my eye pain. So all those I also experience. So that is something that I guess every student faces right now. Uh, a solution to this would be that do not sit continuously on the screen for a longer time. Like give yourself like when like 30 minutes you read through the screen, whatever you're using, and after that probably take a 10 minutes break or a 15 minutes break, and then come back and restart your learning through the screens. So this way you will be giving less strain to your eyes, and then I think it would be better off. um, I think that would help you, because right now there is no other option other than this online teaching for us to help you with. Okay, fine. So let us start with, we have already started. So let me share with you the screen. So uh, I wanted to say to you one thing, that when I'm sharing the screen, I won't be able to see your chat. Okay, so whenever you face any difficulties or anything you would like to clarify, please unmute and ask me. I can hear you, but whatever queries you put on the chat section, I might not be able to see them. Okay, so let us go to the board. So I hope everyone is able to see whatever is on the screen right now, right? Every
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, very good. So some of the things we have already discussed in the conclusion part of the last class. So just I would recap those terminologies. One of the terminology that we learned in the last class was conformations. Now, conformations are what? They are different spatial arrangements of atoms that results from the rotation about the single bond. Okay, so different spatial arrangement which are coming as a result of rotation about a single bond. So those different spatial arrangements are called by the name of conformation. And each of the specific conformation that you generate as a result of rotation across a single bond would be called as conformers. So in the previous class, we talked about two different conformers of ethane molecule. One was your staggered conformation, and one of them was the eclipse conformer. So those are called as conformers. The specific conformation of a particular molecule is termed by the name of conformer. But oftentimes in textbook, while you read, conformations and conformers are used interchangeably. So it's not much a difference between the two. But in specific terms, like if we talk about one particular spatial arrangement, we say we use the term called conformer. But conformation is more general term, that is all the possible conformers that can be possible for a particular molecule. So in general, we can use conformer, but when we conformations, but when we talk about specific conformations, we should use the term conformer. That is more technically correct thing. Now, here I have tried to define the conformational isomerism. Now, what is it? It's the phenomena which leads to different conformations in a molecule as a result of rotation about the single bond is called conformational isomerism. So it is nothing but you can define, not you don't have to use exactly the same definition that I have written down here. You can use, simply say that it's a phenomena due to which we have various conformations possible in a molecule. Why? Because of rotation about the single bond. So that particular phenomena is termed as conformational isomerism. So whenever you see a definition, if you understand it in whichever language you are comfortable in, only thing that you have to do in the examination is just convert it into English. That's all. Okay, so whenever you study something, try to understand in a language that you are comfortable with. Then I think it would be fun to learn these things. Now, these definitions, just keep them in mind. So you might get interchangeably asked a specific terms and all. So you can give the definitions. So in the examinations, whenever you give any kind of definition, make sure that you also give examples along with your definition, so that that is more kind of complete answering, right? So even though they don't sometimes ask in the examination to give examples, but it is always good whenever you define something to explain it in terms of examples. So whenever you are talking about the definition of any of these terms, try to use examples to show the terms explanation. Okay, so somebody is coming. That's what I'm saying. Please, Savita, please, I announced you the time little early. So I expect you to join the class little early, because now when I start the class, I won't be able to switch the screen and admit you. So it would be not good for you, because you will be missing a lot. Okay, so try to join as early as possible. Okay, because yours is a batch, big batch, so it is very difficult also to admit you all into one screen. Okay, so it's okay. Next time, just keep in mind that. Okay, so here I have, so in your syllabus, you have to talk about the conformations of ethane molecule. So ethane molecule is an alkane molecule, and it has a general formula of C2H6. So we wrote in the previous class, we wrote the formula of CH3 in the condensed way, and that was CH3 hyphen CH3. Okay, so today I have drawn here three different ways of representing this particular ethane molecule. Last class we discussed one particular conformation. So just for the sake of whether you understood it or not, do you understand? Do you remember which is this conformation? Like, which formula are we using here to represent ethane molecule? Can anyone tell me? Which particular formula are we using here to represent the ethane molecule? So this is an ethane molecule, right? 2 carbons with 3 hydrogens on it. So it's definitely an ethane molecule. And this you remember, because this was the one that we did in the last class, and this is nothing but your sawhorse Sawhorse projection formula. Please write projection formula. So Sawhorse projection formula. Now, what is this? Do you remember this way of writing?
So is it
Yeah,
perspective formula?
definitely. It's a perspective formula because here we are trying to represent the carbon atom using two lines as well as a solid wedge and a dash wedge. Okay. So this is one way of representing your ethane molecule. So this is nothing but your perspective formula, or they are also called as the flying wedge formula or solid wedge formula. A lot of other names you will find for these type of writing, the tetrahedral carbon atom. So this is nothing but your perspective formula. Okay, so Sawhorse formula, we were pretty exhaustively, we discussed them, and we tried to understand this particular thing. Now here, in which state or in which conformer is this ethane molecule written? In which conformer is this particular ethane molecule drawn using Sawhorse projection formula?
Staggered.
Staggered. Okay, so this is your staggered conformer. Okay. So here, the three formula that I used, the perspective formula or the Sawhorse formula, and the one that we are going to study today, which is nothing but your Newman projection formula. Okay, so all this, I have drawn it in the staggered conformation. Even the perspective formula is in the staggered conformation. The Sawhorse formula I have written down in the staggered conformation. And similarly, the Newman projection formula I have drawn in the staggered conformation. Now, how to understand how we draw a Newman projection formula? It's very simple. If you understand staggered conformation, it is very simple to understand the Newman projection formula. So in Newman projection formula, are you able to see this model that I'm holding in my hand right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you. So somebody joined again. So who is it? Angel. Hello, Angel Maria. Please try to join early, okay? Don't get late. So in Newman projection formula, when we write, okay, what we do is we see the molecule in a form like this. This is your ethane molecule, right? Let me draw it and put it in the staggered conformation. Okay, this is the staggered conformation where your two hydrogens are kind of opposite to the single bond. So now, how do you visualize in a Newman projection formula is the, so for that, what you do is when you hold this molecule in this fashion, okay, so I'm holding it towards you, this molecule. So let me hold it in the way that I have drawn in here. Okay, so this is, so you are able to see the molecule here. So this is the first carbon that you are able to see. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരേ ഒരു കാർബൺ കറക്റ്റ്ലി ആണ് ഈ ആദ്യം നിൽക്കുന്ന carbon, right? So if you look at this carbon, this you are able to clearly see. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ശരിക്കും കാണാൻ പറ്റുന്ന കാർബൺ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇപ്പൊ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു പൊസിഷനിൽ ഞാൻ ഈ മോളിക്യൂളിനെ വെക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റിയ കാർബൺ ഇത് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. പുറകിലുള്ള കാർബണിനെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല. Okay, so that is why നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റുന്ന കാർബൺ is only the front carbon. So the front carbon in a Newman projection is drawn like a dot. ഒരു ഡോട്ട് മാതിരിയാണ് നമ്മൾ ഫ്രണ്ട് കാർബണിനെ കാണിക്കുന്നത് ന്യൂമാൻ പ്രൊജക്ഷൻ ഫോർമുലയിൽ. ഓക്കെ, ഈ ഫ്രണ്ട് കാർബണിൽ നിങ്ങൾ നോക്കുമ്പോൾ ഓക്കെ ഹൈഡ്രോജൻ, ഒരു ഹൈഡ്രോജൻ എവിടോട്ടാണ്, ലൈക്ക് വേർ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഓറിയന്റഡ് ടു, ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഓറിയന്റഡ് ഇൻ ദ downward direction. So that you will draw in here. So one of the carbon is in the, one of the hydrogen is in the downward direction. Okay, so one hydrogen, if you draw like this, then the other two hydrogens are at 120 degree to each other. So that is very simple to draw. One you draw like this, another you will draw like this. Okay, and those are your hydrogens. So you have completed your first carbon. Now second carbon നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല because it is kind of eclipsed by the front carbon. Okay, so what you can see are the bonds that are protruding out of the second carbon. പുറകിലുള്ള ഹൈഡ്രജൻസിനെ മാത്രമേ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആക്ച്വലി കാണുവാൻ പറ്റുന്നുള്ളൂ. ഓക്കെ, പുറകിലുള്ള ഹൈഡ്രജനെ മാത്രമേ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണുവാൻ പറ്റുന്നുള്ളൂ. സോ അതുകൊണ്ട് ന്യൂമാൻ പ്രൊജക്ഷനിൽ പുറകിലത്തെ കാർബണിനെ യൂഷ്വലി റെപ്രസെന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഒരു സർക്കിൾ മാതിരിയാണ്. ഒരു സർക്കിൾ മാതിരി റെപ്രസെന്റ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിയുമ്പോൾ ചെയ്തിട്ട് എന്ത് ചെയ്യും? അത് ആക്ച്വലി സർക്കിൾ ഇസ് നോട്ട് റെപ്രസെന്റിങ് എ കാർബൺ ആറ്റം. വൈ ഐ ഡ്രൂ ദിസ് ലൈക്ക് ദിസ് ഐ ടെൽ യു നൗ. സോ ഇപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പുറകിലുള്ള കാർബണിനെ കാണാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണാം ഒരു ഹൈഡ്രജൻ പുറകിലുള്ള കാർബണിൽ നിന്ന് മേലോട്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ വരുന്നു. So you will draw a hydrogen like this. You actually cannot see the carbon, like its attachment to the carbon, but you can see just one bond, a part of the bond protruding from the back. So that is why you draw like a circle, because you cannot see the joining towards the center of the second carbon. So that is why you draw a circle like this. So once you draw the one of the hydrogen like this, the other hydrogens are oriented at 120 degree to this. So an approximate 120 degree il ningal rest of the hydrogens ne ningal varikkum. Okay, so this is the way you represent a Newman projection for this particular molecule that I am holding, this particular conformation in which I am holding the molecule. So this is how you are going, you are able to draw the Newman projection formula, and this particular projection formula is in the staggered conformation, and this is what I have drawn exactly here as well. നിങ്ങളിപ്പോൾ ഈ സോഹേഴ്സിനെ എക്സാക്ട്ലി ഇവിടെ വരച്ചേക്കുവാണ്. ഇപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചു നോക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ ഇതാണ് നിങ്ങളുടെ ഫ്രണ്ട് കാർബൺ. ഓക്കെ, ദിസ് വുഡ് ബി യുവർ ഫ്രണ്ട് കാർബൺ. സോ ഫ്രണ്ട് കാർബണിനെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ശരിക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റും. സോ അതിനെ നിങ്ങൾ ഡോട്ട് ആയിട്ട് വരച്ചു. ഒരു ഹൈഡ്രോജൻ എങ്ങോട്ടാണ് ഫ്രണ്ട് കാർബണിൽ? താഴോട്ട്. അതുപോലെ നിങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെയും താഴോട്ട് വരച്ചു. എന്നിട്ട് ബാക്കി ഹൈഡ്രോജൻസ് നിങ്ങൾ 120 ഡിഗ്രി ആംഗിളിൽ, അപ്രോക്സിമേറ്റ് 120 ഡിഗ്രി ആംഗിളിൽ അടുത്ത ബോൺഡ്സിനെ നിങ്ങൾ ഓറിയന്റ് ചെയ്തു. അതിനുശേഷം പുറകിലുള്ള കാർബൺ, ദിസ് കാർബൺ യു കനോട്ട് സീ, ബട്ട് യു ക്യാൻ സീ പാർട്ട് ഓഫ് ദ ബോൺഡ്സ് ദാറ്റ് ആർ പ്രൊട്രൂഡിങ് ഔട്ട്. So that is why you draw a circle around this dot and then drew the hydrogen that is protruding in the upward direction, and rest of the hydrogens you draw at an angle of 120 degree to each other. So this is an exact Newman projection for this particular Sawhorse projection that I drew in here. Okay, so let me now ask you to, I'll draw a Sawhorse projection, and okay, let me not waste too much of time. Did you understand this Newman projection? First of all, tell me that. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇത് വരയ്ക്കാൻ മനസ്സിലായോ? എന്തെങ്കിലും ഡൗട്ട് ഉണ്ടോ? ഈ ന്യൂമാൻ പ്രൊജക്ഷൻ ഞാൻ ഇപ്പം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണിച്ചത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വരയ്ക്കാൻ എന്തെങ്കിലും ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ടോ? മനസ്സിലായോ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞത്? Did you all understand? Let me look at the chat. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും മനസ്സിലായോ? Okay, so pretty sure. Okay, that is a very good thing. So let us continue. So let me go to the other page that I also put forward. Okay, so now onwards I'll be talking about the Newman projection formula. ഇനി മുതൽ ഉള്ള ഡിസ്കഷനിൽ ഞാൻ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത് using Newman projection formulas. So before So this is your ഇത് നിങ്ങളുടെ staggered conformation ആണ്, ഇത് നിങ്ങളുടെ eclipsed conformation. Now how to draw the eclipse conformation is another thing that I forgot to tell you. Now staggered conformation നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലായി, eclipse conformation നും വരയ്ക്കാൻ നിങ്ങളെ ഞാൻ പഠിപ്പിക്കാം. So right now in the eclipse conformation both the hydrogens are on the same like they are eclipsed. Okay, so I'm holding my molecule like this. Okay, now to draw the eclipse conformation, first you will represent the front carbon with a dot, and what do you see? One of the hydrogens is pointing in the upward direction, so you draw a bond like this, and the other two bonds you will draw at 120 degree to each other. Okay, now back carbon you cannot see, the back carbon you cannot see, so that is why you draw a circle around the point in the center. Now in reality, since under a perfectly eclipsed conformation you cannot see the back hydrogen because it is eclipsed by the front hydrogen. So in that case, but you have to show in this particular conformation the hydrogen. Okay, for that what you do is you will draw a bond like this slightly away from the original hydrogen, the front hydrogen. Okay, and then you will draw a hydrogen here. Similarly, you will draw another bond just adjacent to this particular bond and draw the hydrogen there. And here again you will draw another bond like this and you will draw the hydrogen over there. Okay, so don't make it like this. ഇവിടെ ഇച്ചിരി അകന്ന് വരയ്ക്കരുത്. ഈ ബോണ്ട് വരയ്ക്കുന്നത് ഈ ബോണ്ടിന്റെ ക്ലോസ് ബൈ ആയിരിക്കണം, എന്നിട്ട് വേണം അവിടെ ഹൈഡ്രജൻ ഇടുന്നത്. Don't draw it too far away from the original bond, because actually these two bonds are kind of eclipsed. So when you look at this molecule like this, you cannot actually see the back hydrogens as well because they are eclipsed. So but you have to show it in this projection formula. So for showing that, you will draw the lines very close by to the front hydrogens. Okay, so this is the way you will draw your eclipse conformation for a ethane molecule. Perfectly fine. Now let us try to talk about the stability. Okay, now we are going to talk about the stability of the conformer. Stability of the conformer. So as I don't know whether we discussed it in the last class or not, both the conformer, that is in this case the staggered conformer and this eclipse conformation, they do not have a same energy. They do not have a same energy, but they differ in their energy. So if I just ask you, if you would have studied it somewhere in your previous class, can you tell me like out of the staggered and the eclipsed, which conformer is a stable one in the case of ethane molecule? When we talk about the stability, right? Stability, ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞതിന്റെ ഉദ്ദേശം more stable ഏതായിരിക്കും less stable. ആ stability നമ്മൾ എങ്ങനെ ഡിസൈഡ് ചെയ്യും? ഈ സ്റ്റാഗേർഡും എക്ലിപ്സും ഈഥെയിൻ മോളിക്യൂളുടെ രണ്ട് കോൺഫോമർ ഉണ്ട്. സോ അത് നമ്മൾ കമ്പയർ ചെയ്യുവാണെങ്കിൽ അവർ തമ്മിലുള്ള സ്റ്റെബിലിറ്റി നമ്മൾ കമ്പയർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഏതായിരിക്കും കൂടുതൽ സ്റ്റേബിൾ, ഏതായിരിക്കും ഐ മീൻ ടു സേ മോർ നോട്ട് സ്റ്റേബിൾ, ഏതായിരിക്കും മോർ സ്റ്റേബിൾ ഔട്ട് ഓഫ് staggered and eclipse, which is more stable?
Staggered, sir. Staggered one.
Staggered one stable ആണ്. So അതിന്റെ reason എന്തുവായിരിക്കും? What would be the reason why staggered one is more stable? So according to your answer, the staggered form is more stable than the eclipse conformation. Now the question is why? Why it is so? Why staggered conformer is more stable than the eclipse conformer is our next question. So what do you think? Just it need not be always accurate, right? Whatever comes into your mind when you see the structure, just say those things. It doesn't matter even if it's wrong. Okay.
Sir, symmetry, due to symmetry.
Due to symmetry. Symmetry നമുക്ക് സ്റ്റെബിലിറ്റിയിൽ എങ്ങനെ, like have you ever seen any example where symmetry is cause of stability? One of the thing is, I remember നിങ്ങൾ അത് പറഞ്ഞതിന്റെ ഉദ്ദേശം might be because when we talked about the melting point, ട്രാൻസും സിസും പറഞ്ഞായിരുന്നു. അന്നേരം more well packed orientation would be more symmetrical, trans isomer, probably on that basis you said. But here if you look at this molecule, symmetry wise almost both will have some degree of symmetry. Even in the eclipse conformation also it is kind of symmetrical only molecule. Even this staggered conformation also it is symmetrical, like if you try to draw a kind of you put a mirror plane here, okay, the upper half would be almost like a mirror image. Almost, it's not exactly mirror image, and but if you look at this molecule, if you put a mirror in between this single bond, it is not symmetrical because this part of the molecule is not symmetrical to the back part. Okay, so trans is not very symmetrical as you compare to the cis size, this not cis, eclipse conform. ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലായില്ലായിരിക്കും. See, ഇത് eclipse conformation ആണ്. Okay, ഈ eclipse conformationൽ ഞാൻ ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു മിറർ ഇവിടെ വെക്കുക. Okay, mirror, if I put it here, what do you see? This particular part of the molecule would be exact mirror image of the back, this part of the molecule. ഇവിടെ ഒരു മിറർ എക്സാക്ട്ലി നിങ്ങൾ ഇതിന്റെ സെന്ററിൽ കൂടെ പാസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഈ ഹൈഡ്രോജനെ ഈ ഹൈഡ്രോജൻ റെപ്രസെന്റ്, ഈ ഹൈഡ്രോജനെ ഈ ഹൈഡ്രോജനെ ഈ ഹൈഡ്രോജൻ represents. So it is more symmetrical when we talk about eclipse conformation in terms of symmetry. Mirror plane symmetry നമ്മൾ consider ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ. However, if you talk about the staggered conformation, if you talk about symmetry, this mirror image won't be the mirror image of this end. Okay, so it's not very symmetrical when we talk about staggered conformation. So symmetry, no, some other reason. Think about something else.
Sir,
Something
less repulsion. Hydrogens are arranged maximum apart, so repulsion will be very less. In staggered
very good.
case, whereas in eclipsed, one is just behind the other, so the repulsion will be more.
Yeah, that is a more kind of better answer, because when we talk about an eclipse conformation, right? If you remember, I don't know whether you have studied bonding, ionic bonding, covalent bonding, and there you talked about this molecular orbital of the bonds. നിങ്ങൾ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടോ ഇല്ലയോ എന്ന് എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല. ബട്ട് യൂഷ്വലി ഇഫ് യു ടോക്ക് അബൌട്ട് ബോണ്ട്സ്, ദേ ആർ നോട്ട് വെരി സിംഗിൾ ലൈൻ പോലെ അല്ല ബോണ്ട് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ. ഇപ്പൊ ഈ CH ബോണ്ട് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് എ ലൈൻ ലൈക്ക് ദിസ് വിച്ച് ഇസ് ഫാർ അവേ ഫ്രം ഈച്ച് അതർ. It is actually an electron cloud. It is an electron cloud. In this case, this electron cloud contains 2 electrons. Similarly, here we have an electron cloud. Okay, so these are called bonding electron clouds of the CH bond. So when you have the eclipse conformation, the bonding electron clouds are negatively charged. Here also the bonding electrons are negatively charged. So when in the eclipse conformation, these bonding electrons will exhibit some kind of, or experience, not exhibit, experience some kind of repulsive forces, because they are light charges, and light charges tend to repel each other. So electron clouds are kind of a very cloud that is around the bonding electrons. So we have here also cloud. So when you bring them in the eclipse conformation, these bonding electrons can very much interact. So there would be a kind of repulsive force between this bonding electron and this bonding electron. So they will try to move away from each other. They will try to move away from each other. So in the eclipse conformation, you will experience the maximum repulsive force. You will experience the maximum bonding repulsive force between the bonding electrons of the CH bond. However, when this comes in the staggered conformation, the bonding electron doesn't have any bonding electron near to it to cause any degree of instability. Okay, so that is why the eclipse conformation is kind of less stable when you compare the staggered conformation. That is because of the repulsive force acting between the bonding electron, and this is what we call it as, I have written down here, torsional strain. Torsional strain is the name given to the repulsion felt by the bonding electrons of one substituent as they pass close to the bonding electron of the another substituent. So this repulsive force that exists between the adjacent bonding electrons as they pass close to each other, this is called as torsional strain. This is called as torsional strain. Okay, so that is the reason why staggered conformation is having a higher stability in comparison to a eclipse conformation. Now, when I talk about higher stability, the energy of staggered conformation should be higher or lower?
Lower.
It should be lower. So more stable the molecule, the energy of the molecule would be lower. So let us try to plot a kind of diagram in which we are trying to see the rotation across the adjacent bonds. When I say rotation across the adjacent bond, if you tag, suppose this hydrogen and this hydrogen, ഈ രണ്ട് ഹൈഡ്രജനെ നിങ്ങൾ ടാഗ് ചെയ്യുവാണെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഹൈഡ്രജൻ പുറകിലത്തെ കാർബണിലും ഒരു ഹൈഡ്രജൻ മുമ്പിലത്തെ കാർബണിലും, സോ അത് തമ്മിൽ ഒരു ആംഗിൾ കാണും. അതിനെ let us represent by theta. Okay, and this is what we call as dihedral angle. Dihedral angle. So in the staggered conformation, if I ask you what is the value of theta, what is the value of theta? എന്തുവാണ്? ഏത് ആംഗിൾ ആയിരിക്കും staggered conformation? Okay, more easier, let us go through. Suppose these two hydrogens are tagged. Okay, ഇത് തമ്മിലുള്ള ആംഗിൾ എന്തുവായിരിക്കും? Okay, you're not able to see it properly.
0, sir.
Huh?
0 degree, sir.
Very good, very good. 0 degree, right? Because this is your hydrogen and this is the back hydrogen. So all തമ്മിലുള്ള ഒരു ആംഗിളും ഇല്ല because they are eclipse. So the dihedral angle in the eclipse conformation is nothing but 0. It's nothing but 0. So ഇത് നിങ്ങളുടെ dihedral angle എന്തുവാണ്? Eclipse conformationൽ 0 ആണ്. ഈ conformationൽ എന്തുവായിരിക്കും? Angle എന്തുവായിരിക്കും? 60 degree. Very good. So this is the angle between, in the staggered conformation, the angle between these tagged hydrogen is 60 degree. And as right now I told you, the energy of the staggered conformation let me write it in short, would be lesser than the energy of the what? Eclipsed conformation. Okay, so അങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് ഈ രണ്ട് കാര്യം മനസ്സിലായി. അന്നേരം ഇപ്പം നമ്മളൊരു ജസ്റ്റ് ഒരു ലൈൻ വെച്ച് നമ്മൾ ഇതിനെ റെപ്രസെന്റ് ചെയ്യാം. സപ്പോസ് 0 ഡിഗ്രിയിൽ ദി എനർജി ഓഫ് ദ എക്ലിപ്സ് കോൺഫർമേഷനെ നമ്മൾ ഇങ്ങനെ വരച്ചെന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചു. ദിസ് വുഡ് ബി ദ ലൈൻ ദാറ്റ് റെപ്രസെന്റ് ദി എനർജി ഓഫ് ദ കോൺഫർമർ in the 0 degree orientation. So 60 degree, that is the one in which it is existing as a staggered conformation, idinte energy endu aayirikkum little bit lower, okay, because staggered conformation is more stable than the eclipse conformation. So adana correctly nammal varachadu. Now my next question is, now when you make this angle 120, how is it oriented? നിങ്ങൾ ഇത് 120 ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എന്തോ പറ്റും? So right now what I am talking is, suppose you keep the front carbon orientation like this only. Okay, so ഈ ഹൈഡ്രജനെ എക്സാക്ട്ലി ഈ ഫ്രണ്ട് കാർബണിന്റെ ഓറിയന്റേഷൻ നിങ്ങൾ ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യേണ്ട, അതെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾ കൺഫ്യൂസ് ആവും. ഓൺലി റൊട്ടേറ്റ് ദി ബാക്ക് ഹൈഡ്രജൻസ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇപ്പം സപ്പോസ് ദിസ് ഇസ് യുവർ നൗ ഐ എം ആസ്കിങ് യു ടു റൊട്ടേറ്റ് ദിസ് ആംഗിൾ ബൈ 60. ഇതിനെ ഡബിൾ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എന്തായി 120 ആവും. സോ ഇത് എവിടെ വരും? ഇവിടെ വരും. സോ അനദർ ഇൻ ദിസ് ഓറിയന്റേഷൻ ഇറ്റ് വുഡ് ബി നത്തിങ് ബട്ട് eclipsed in the eclipse conformation. So നിങ്ങളുടെ ടാഗ്ഡ് ഹൈഡ്രജൻ ആംഗിൾ എന്തുമായിരിക്കും? ഇപ്പൊ ഇത് ഒരു ടാഗ്ഡ് ഹൈഡ്രജൻ ആയിരുന്നു, പുറകിലത്തെ ഒരു ടാഗ്ഡ് ഹൈഡ്രജനും ഇത് വന്നു. സോ ഇത് തമ്മിലുള്ള ആംഗിൾ ഇപ്പൊ എന്തുവാണ്? 120 degree. So if I ask you what will be the energy of this conformation, it is nothing but it is the eclipse conformation of ethane molecule. Okay, so the energy at the 120 would be the energy at the 0 degree would be the same. Okay, so the energy at 120 degree for the conformer, which is nothing but the eclipse conformation only, so that energy would be same. Now tell me what will happen when the dihedral angle is 180 degree. 180 ഡിഗ്രി നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഒരു 60 ഡിഗ്രിയും കൂടി മൂവ് ആവും. അന്നേരം അത് എവിടെ വരും? ഇവിടെ വരും. അന്നേരം എന്തുവാണ് സംഭവിക്കുന്നത്? Are you following me, or if you're not following, please ask, okay? Otherwise I won't be. This is an important thing that you should know. Okay, so anything? Should I ask someone to, let me call somebody. Sandra.
Sir, staggered. It will become
Very good.
staggered.
So it will become staggered conformation. So but 180 degree, the energy would be nothing but equal to the energy of the staggered conformer, because it is all hydrogen, so there is no problem. So at 250 it will again go to the eclipse conformation. At 300 it will come to the staggered conformation. At 360 it will again go to the eclipse conformation. So if I try to draw a kind of curve of the energy profile, it would be something like this. It will be consisting of a troughs and crest. Okay, troughs and crest. So and the energy gap between the staggered and the eclipse conformation, the value is approximately 2.9 kilojoule, or kilocalorie, not kilojoule, kilocalorie per mole. So this is the energy difference between a staggered and a eclipse conformation. Okay, so I hope I have made clear to you this particular part. And this particular, I have written down here another term, and that is called conformational analysis, which is nothing but the investigation of various conformations of the compound and their relative stability. So what we were talking about, the different conformations of ethane, and we talked about the stability of their conformers, that study is called as conformational analysis. The study of the stability of the conformers of a particular molecule is termed as nothing but conformational analysis. And conformational analysis, usually we draw a potential energy diagram like this with respect to the dihedral angle. Okay, so this is the very simple picture about the conformations of the ethane molecule. So now you are pretty clear about how to draw Sohorst projection formula and also how to draw the Newman projection formula. Now, what I would like to do, like you to do is, because that is not there in your syllabus, okay? It is just to make you understand, okay? So I would like you to draw the Newman projection formula and the staggered conformations for N-butane. No, all the Sohorst as well as the Newman projection formula, or I would say whatever conformations you can draw for a butane molecule. So when you are going to consider it like this bond between them, single bond, and then it is each carbon is attached to a CH3 and they are attached to two hydrogens. Okay, so similarly, if I draw the eclipse conformation, here you will have a CH3 which is attached to a two hydrogen. This is nothing but butane, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So N-butane. So ningal idana njan perspective formula varachadu ivide butane. So try to draw the Sohorst projection formula and the Newman projection formula which you are comfortable with. I'm not specifying which formula you draw, but try to draw as many conformer that you can draw, as many different conformer that is possible for a butane molecule. Now, butane molecule difference in the one H and or H variant avade endu agum CH3 ആവും. ഒരു മുമ്പിലത്തെ എന്താ പറയുന്നത്, മുമ്പിലത്തെ ഒരു ഹൈഡ്രോജൻ ചേഞ്ച് ആയിട്ട് അത് CH3 ആവും, പുറകിലത്തെയും ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു ഹൈഡ്രോജൻ മാറിയിട്ട് അത് CH3 ആവും. Now you have to draw as many different conformer, rotate ചെയ്ത് 60 degree 120 degree അങ്ങനെ rotate ചെയ്തിട്ട് എത്ര different type of conformer നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വരയ്ക്കാൻ പറ്റും for a N-butane molecule. So I would like you to try to draw them. Okay, if you can draw now, that would be good for me. I'll give you 5 minutes for that. Whatever different conformer you can draw for a N-butane molecule. Use whichever formula you like to use. Sohorst ayalum, Newman projection ayalum, ഏത് വേണമെങ്കിലും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഉപയോഗിച്ച് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അതിനെ വരയ്ക്കാം. So please try to draw. I'll give you 5 minutes for it. And after that, I'll ask you someone to show me what you have drawn. It is fine even if you get wrong. It is just we are trying to learn. So this is not, one thing I would like to say to you is that this is not there in your syllabus. This I am making you draw only to just understand a little bit more about how to draw these conformers. Okay. So please try to draw them. I'll ask you after 5 minutes. I hope you might have. Who has drawn it? Who can show to me? നിങ്ങൾ ആരെങ്കിലും വരച്ചെങ്കിൽ അതെന്നെ കാണിക്കാം. ആരെങ്കിലും. So how about Anuja Kumar? Anuja Kumar. Anuja J Kumar, I guess. Anuja J Kumar.
Sir,
Ah,
can you see?
Anuja, mobile ano ado use ചെയ്യുന്നേ? കാണാം കാണാം കാണാം. So you have drawn CH3 eclipse conformation വരച്ചു, ഒരെണ്ണം CH3 staggered conformation വന്നു. Perfect. വേറെ ഒരു കോൺഫോമറും ഇല്ലേ? വേറെ ഏതെങ്കിലും?
ഉണ്ട് sir. ഒരു മിനിറ്റ്. Can you see, sir?
Okay. This one, perfectly fine. And okay. Okay. So you have drawn all the angles, right? All angles varachittund alle.
I tried drawing. എല്ലാം പറ്റിയിട്ടുണ്ടോന്ന് അറിയില്ല.
Okay.
60, 120 വരച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Anuja. So I hope you are able to see the diagrams that I have drawn here. കാണാവോ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും? Hello? നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണാമല്ലോ അല്ലേ? Okay. So let us try to first draw the 0 degree angle. So here we are going to use CH3 as our tag. Okay. So CH3, CH3. Okay. And then you will draw the rest of the hydrogens here. So this is the eclipse conformation. This is called eclipse conformation. Now you're making the dihedral angle into a 60 degree first. So next angle is you're keeping as 60 degree. So നിങ്ങൾ ടാഗ് എന്തുവാ ചെയ്തേക്കുന്നത് CH3 ഗ്രൂപ്പ്സിനെയാണ്. So CH3 ഗ്രൂപ്പ്സ് തമ്മിൽ ഉള്ള ആംഗിൾ എന്തുവായിരിക്കും 60 degree. Okay, and rest of it would be nothing but the hydrogens. So this is a kind of staggered conformation. Now what do you do? Next angle എന്തുവാണ് 60 കഴിഞ്ഞ് 120. So it would be your CH3, and then you have also hydrogen here, because when you make it 120, one of the CH3 will be coming here, and here in the front carbon you have the hydrogen which you are keeping constant. Okay, and then you will have here again hydrogen. Okay, this is a kind of eclipse conformation. Now you draw another one in which you have the 180 degree, where you have the CH3 and then CH3 in a perfectly staggered conformation, and then rest of them is the hydrogen. Okay, now you will draw another 60 degree, so it will become 240 degree. So 250 degree വരുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഈ ഡൈഹൈഡ്രൽ ആംഗിൾ അടുത്ത CH3 എവിടെയാണ്? ഇവിടെയാണ് എത്തിയത്. Okay, rest of it is the front carbon hydrogens ഇവിടെ വന്നു, പിന്നെ ഈ ഇവിടെ എന്തുവാണ്? ഹൈഡ്രജൻ ആണ്. അവിടെ ഹൈഡ്രജൻ വന്നു, പുറകിലത്തെ ഹൈഡ്രജൻ, ഇവിടെയും പുറകിൽ എന്തുവാണ്? ഹൈഡ്രജൻ ആണ്. Okay, now you do one more degree, 300 degree rotate ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എന്ത് പറ്റും? Your CH3, original CH3 is here. Now the dihedral angle between them is 300. So this is CH3 will become backside, CH3 will be coming in the front, and rest of them is your hydrogens. Okay, now when you put the 360 degree rotation, it will come back to the original 0 degree rotation. Okay, so these are the various conformers possible for a butane. So butane നിങ്ങൾ conformers എത്ര different type of conformers ചോദിച്ചാൽ ഇത് 0 degree, ഇതൊരു particular conformation. This is called fully eclipsed conformation. This is a fully eclipsed conformation. This is another different conformer in which it's a staggered conformation, but here the CH3 groups are near to each other. They are only separated by an angle of 60 degree. And this conformer is called by a name of Gauche. This particular conformer in which the dihedral angle is 60 degree is called as Gauche. Another one in which the dihedral angle is 120 is a eclipsed conformation, but this is a partially eclipsed conformation. It is a partially eclipsed conformation. And this conformation in which again it's a staggered conformation, but it is a fully staggered conformation. It's a fully staggered conformation where your CS3s are as far away from each other as possible. Okay. And then when you rotate it again, it will become again partially eclipsed. It will become partially eclipsed because these two conformation, if you see, they are same. Only thing is, or CS3 ivideya, ee case CS3 ivideya. But energy wise, they would be the same. And this is another conformer. This is same as the Gaussian conformer, where the dihedral angle, the CS3 are at a 60-degree angle, though it is dihedral angle is 300-degree, but if you look at the whole thing, the angle between the two CS3s are kind of minus 60 in this case. So here it is, in this case it is plus 60, in this case it is minus 60. So both these conformer are Gaussian conformer, where the angle between the CS3 groups are 60 degrees. And these are called by a name of curve. And these two will be having the same energy. These two will be having the same energy. Okay. So if I ask you out of this, which will be most unstable? Itreng conformer of butane ഏറ്റവും unstable എന്തുമായിരിക്കും? If I ask you, fully eclipsed, Gaussian, partially eclipsed, fully staggered, 4 conformation possible on a butane. So adile ഏറ്റവും unstable ഏതായിരിക്കും?
Fully eclipsed.
Fully eclipsed would be the most unstable, because here not only we have torsional strain, bonding electron തമ്മിലുള്ള strain മാത്രമല്ല, ഈ CS3 groups are bulky groups. So there would be steric repulsions also. There would be steric repulsion because of the large size of the methyl group. So അത് തമ്മിലുള്ള ഒരു steric repulsionum ഇവിടെ വരും. So അതുകൊണ്ട് most unstable of butane is fully eclipsed. And most stable would be nothing but fully staggered, where you have the sterically bigger groups, that is the methyl groups, are as far away from each other as possible. Okay, so this is all about the conformations that you that we can talk when we talk about non-cyclic compounds. That means aliphatic compounds or alicyclic compounds. Okay, so our compounds ulla conformation aanu nammal ipo discuss cheythu. So next class I'll be talking about conformations in the cyclic compound. So we will be only concentrating on the 6-membered cyclic compounds le conformation ne patti maatrame nammal discuss cheyatullu. Rest of the conformations we are not bothering about because that's not there in your syllabus. So we will be talking about in the next class the conformations possible in a 6-membered cyclohexane ring. So that would be almost the last topic of your this particular module on stereochemistry. So I hope you have all understood whatever we have discussed so far. Any doubts you can ask me now? Any doubts you have regarding this? If no more doubts you have, then we will stop the class now, and we will discuss